model. So the first thing we did, Todd Groundwater actually helped us out with this, was to develop a hydrogeological conceptual model. So hydrogeology information has been compiled for many different purposes and projects, but not really specifically for the SACOG region and not for the express purpose of evaluating groundwater recharge suitability. So we looked at hydrogeology just to get a sense of the conditions over the area. We looked at groundwater elevations, water quality, and estimated agricultural water use. And the reason we looked at all this information is because we were trying to determine what information was available and how much of it and what the quality of the data was, so that we could determine what could be used in an index or in some kind of assessment methodology to look at recharge suitability. And out of that effort came 3 recommendations. So the first one was to develop an indexed geographic coverage, or in other words, spatial data that compares the relative suitability looking at vertical and horizontal hydraulic conductivity, because those 2 are very important in recharge. The second recommendation was to do the same for unsaturated aquifer thickness, which is another way of saying depth to groundwater. The third recommendation was to develop spatial data as well for water use, agricultural water use specifically, but that's pretty tough to do with the information that we have now. So that type of data did not ultimately go into the assessment methodology, though we did look at it. So you might be wondering, depth to groundwater changes from year to year, and we decided that it was not really reflective or representative to use an average. So we looked at this model or this index using dry year conditions and wet year conditions. And we'll show you a bit about how that impacted the results.